Hi boys and girls, welcome back to our video lessons. We haven't done one of these in a while, so here we go again. You guys should be on that front page of the notes packet I gave you in class today, 3-3, adding and subtracting decimals. If you know how to add and subtract whole numbers, then actually you guys already know how to add and subtract decimals. So what we're going to do is, you notice I've already started writing out the steps for you, but there's some missing words in there. You're going to fill in those missing words as the video goes along, so have your pencil out and ready. So we have our steps that we're going to begin with here. These are our steps to adding and subtracting decimals. So step 1 says write the problem vertically, lining up any decimal points. So if you notice, the missing word is vertically. So we're going to write our problem vertically, lining up the decimal points. So you should have added that word into your notes. Step 2 says add any zeros at empty spaces. So if you have any empty spaces, you're going to add some zeros in there. Step 3 says add or subtract from right to left as you would with whole numbers. Whoops, sorry about that. So finally, step 4 says bring down the decimal point to your answer. So hopefully, as that got completely moved there, I don't know what happened there. Hopefully you've now filled in all of those missing blanks. So again, we're going to rewrite the problem vertically, lining up the decimal points. Add or subtract any empty spaces, or add zeros at any empty spaces, and then you're going to add or subtract from right to left as you would with whole numbers. Then you're going to bring down the decimal point to your answer. So what we're going to do is, now once you finish filling in those blanks, we're going to go up to the top part. You'll notice you have some grid paper up there where we're going to be solving some problems. So what I'd like you guys to do is, I'd like you guys to write down 23 4/10 plus 1 25/100. Let's write this down up at the top of the paper. Now we're going to solve the problem with me. So I'm going to solve it and you're going to follow along with the video. So step 1 says to write the problem vertically, lining up decimal points. So let's rewrite this vertically. If you notice, I'm going to write one number in every single one of the boxes. Okay, I'm going to put my decimal point right there. And then I'm going to line up my decimal point. So I'm going to put my decimal point there. So my 1 is going to go below the 3. And then I'm going to have my 2 and my 5. So hopefully you guys made it look like this as well. Again, the most important part when you add and subtract is to line up that decimal point. So it doesn't matter that my 1 and my 2 aren't matching up here, my first two numbers. That's okay. Step 2 says to add any zeros into empty spaces. So I have an empty space right here, so I'm going to put a 0. I have an empty space over here, which you don't really need the 0, but you can fill it in if you want. And it's an addition problem, so I'm going to put a plus symbol. So step 3 says add or subtract from right to left as you would with whole numbers. So I'm going to start over on the right-hand side. So my right-hand side is going to be right here. And I'm going to add together like I would if they were whole numbers. So 0 plus 5 is 5. 4 plus 2 is 6. 3 plus 1 is 4. 2 plus 0 is 2. So again, I'm going to pretend just like they're whole numbers. I'm just going to add them together without a calculator. Step 4 says to bring down the decimal point to your answer. So my decimal point was right here. I'm going to put my decimal point directly below that into my answer. So I'd get 24.65, which is 24 65/100. So this is how I would add decimals. If it was a subtraction problem, I would have done the same exact thing, only I would have subtracted the numbers instead of adding them together. So what I'd like you guys to do right now is you guys are going to write down this problem, 94.36, 94 36/100 minus 7.1, 7 1/10, and I want you guys to have this solved when you come into class tomorrow. You are going to solve this without using a calculator. This is a calculator-free problem. So follow the steps, rewriting it vertically, adding any zeros in, and go through it and add or subtract, and then add the decimal point in at the end. So we're going to check your answer tomorrow. Hope this made sense. See you in class.